Well, hello guys. It is me yet again, this time with a really dumb idea. It's one that I came up with a little while back and it just kept rolling around in my head, so I decided to do it. And I admit, it's really kind of silly. I kept hearing from people, you're so into the warning, it's like an addiction. You're and in a way they're right, because it is something I do every day. I go and look at something warning related every day, as a lot of you do. So I thought if it was an addiction, then there should be AA type meetings for it, like Warning Anonymous. So I thought TWAA, the Warning Army Anonymous. And then once I had that idea, I went ahead and wrote a little script for it, and I thought to make the script more interesting, I would include the song titles of every warning song. So that is what I did. Some ideas don't need to be made, but I made it because that's what I do. I take the dumb ideas and run with them. So that is what you're going to see. I am acting in it as if the warning are not a band, but a drug that is causing us this addiction. So that's the way I'm referencing it. I'm not saying the warning are bad, they're like a drug. What I'm saying is that's just what I did for this little dumb thing. So I approached it that way. Please keep that in mind as you go. I also included bingo cards with all the warning songs on it so that you can take your bingo cards, your, warning song bingo, and check them off as you go if you want. But I doubt you'll want to do that, because why would you? Other than that, there are some funny little graphics in it. So, warning fans, I think you might enjoy it. Some of you will still find it stupid. Non-warning fans, you're not going to like this, I don't think. But you can decide for yourself. Enjoy, and I will see you on the other side. Good luck. Thank you, Katie. That was very brave. I just want to welcome everybody back. The new members and old members, Riccaroni, Matthew, good to see you all back. My name's Ken, and I am a warning addict. I started these meetings to let everybody know that you are not alone. I just got my one-day chip, which doesn't sound like much, but I know some of you don't even have that. You know who you are. Mine wasn't by choice. Apparently it's not okay to hang out in front of the Troubadour for a month just to get a good seat. There I was sitting all alone at the corner of Santa Monica and Alleyway, staring at my snack and an open bag of Takis, and I got arrested for loitering. So that's when I thought, I might have a problem. A lot of you have heard this story, but you'll hear it again. So here it is. Starts out innocently enough. I had just gotten over a breakup, and I was killing some time with my friend YouTube, and he suggested I tried this new thing. He said it was kind of on the down low, but it was kind of catching on and was going to become something big. It was called Sandman, and it was made by this new outfit on the streets called The Warning. Well, it piqued my curiosity, I got to admit, and it started off, kind of cute. And then it kicked in, and I felt this actual physical response and a kind of rush. And by the end, I knew I was going to have to get more. It turned out just to be a gateway into doing dust. But I was intrigued. Was the first time just a novelty, or was it the one? Something I didn't even know I needed until it was too late, I realized it made me feel an excitement and a nostalgia for how things used to be. And I survived the second experience. And now I just wanted more, and for it not to fade away. So I had gone through this breakup, as I said, and in a way it was kind of helping me pick up the pieces of my shattered heart, you know? Now this was something kind of new and old all at the same time, and I liked it. I mean, I had tried others, back in college and through the years, but eventually they were just something to pass the time and enjoy once in a while when I'm alone. But this was different. Found myself sneaking in a fix throughout the day, and when I knew there were other things I should be doing. At first it was just a couple hits here and there, but then it caught like wildfire, and I realized that hours had passed. I was routinely staying up late, sacrificing sleep when I knew I had to be up early. But I just made excuses that made it all seem okay, and my need just could not be exterminated. It just started to burrow into my consciousness, and I would think about it even when I was doing other things. I even started watching other people get that same rush and living vicariously through them. But sometimes they were disrespectful about it, and I felt animosity, and I just wanted to choke them and cut them with dull knives. But it was like I was free falling down this black hole in a runaway train, and it was going to take me down if I wasn't careful. Before long, I even tried to get my friends and family hooked. It was exciting, and each new version had exotic names like Crimson Queen and Copper Bullets and River Soul. And some liked it, some didn't. They'd say, "Ooh, I only like classic rock." And I'd say, "Yo, this is the 21st century, blood." Now, like a lot of you, my family did not understand. They would walk in the room and I'd try to hide it, but they usually caught me red-handed. Didn't help that eventually I joined a group of like-minded individuals who were, let's face it, just enablers. They were as hooked as I was. I mean, we were like hunters and stalkers, just looking for other people to watch them join our addiction, and watching with sinister smiles. Every one of them just getting more and more sucked in. Then the next phase started. I bought a never-ending supply that I could access anytime and anywhere from this Amazon chick. Even when I was doing other things, I was just kind of letting it go on repeat, and it would make the time pass way more quickly, no matter what I was doing. Then came, and I'm ashamed to say it, the artwork. Ugh. I couldn't stop myself, and I would actually do that instead of the work I was supposed to be doing. It was costing me time and money. But I just had to let the ideas escape the mind and share them with my fellow addicts, to share my eternal love. Many of them even contributed to my addiction by supplying me with a never-ending stream of raw materials and ideas from A to Z. It was such a time suck, but I was enjoying it and it felt rewarding. Then it got really bad. I thought, well, let me see if I can make my own version of this awesome thing. It may not be as good, but I was psychotic enough to believe that it was a good idea. Who knew? I had become their disciple by this point, and I just set up my phone in a dark room and fell into a black hole of despair. Then it just got worse from there. I lured others into my sordid little life and hole of addiction. We'd get together every couple of weeks and pass around notes in a bacchanal of mimicry and adoration. I'd like to say that it was self-destructive, but it only made me better at what I did. It showed me the light. The Beatles had LSD, and I had DPA. It was so much of an out-of-body experience, I believed I was actually with them. I believed I was becoming them. One by one, I evolved and became them. My personality had split into other versions of myself, and not all of them were very appealing, as a lot of you know. But I was narcissistic enough to believe that people might actually enjoy it. So I made them anyway. Many of you will look at me as a cautionary tale and use me as an example of how bad it can get. A lot of you have, and you know who you are. Along the way, we'll make our mistakes, but in the end, you can do just as I've done and accept it for what it is and admit that it enhances your life. So embrace it. And before long, the broken existence you had before this will just seem unmendable. You weigh the costs and decide. It is a price I'm willing to pay, and you'll get no judgment from me because I am one of you. We've all been warned, and despite the shame that some family and friends think that you should feel, I embrace my addiction and will continue to peddle it to anyone who wants to join me and my fellow addictees. Be proud, be inspired, and be warned. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. See you all next week. The views expressed in this video do not represent the views of the entire Lawson family.